What's up, family, friends? It's your boy Willie, or shall I say Breakdown Willie. Yeah, about every post I do on here is of me breaking down. Yes, broke down several times this week. Got some air leaks on the truck, took it to one shop. They pretty much told me mind my business. They knew what they were doing. Got all the way back to Greer, drove it from PA to Greer. Found out they did not fix it. Still having issues with the trailer, but thought I'd come on here real quick and something a little funny to me that's happened. We left out of PA, or I did, coming home, and if you ever been to PA, you understand that the bridges, or not the bridges, but the roads up there are all mountains. If you miss a turn, more than likely you do like I had to do. I had to go about 30 miles out the way to get back on track. I've got two sets of navigations in my truck, and both of them did not know how to act up. We got the Qualcomm, which is a system that is provided that we have to run by with the company I drive with. And it went out about, as they say, about 0.2 of a mile, maybe just about a quarter of a mile from where I was supposed to turn. And the secondary navigation kicked in, which is a system I have, which is Rand McNally is a secondary system I'm using. Usually I just use it for quick navigation in case this system goes out. Well, unfortunately, the road that I was supposed to turn down, that system didn't send me down it, which is good. It was under construction, but still couldn't go down it, but it didn't know how to reroute me other than sending me down about 30 miles and turning me around and bringing me down a different road. When I did get my navigation back up that the company tells us to use, it kept trying to send me down roads that we were not allowed to go down. Which it is, some trucks are allowed to go down it, but they're local deliveries, and being I'm not a local delivery or under 40 feet, I'm roughly about 72 feet from tip to tip, can't go down those roads. So we ended up, when I was headed towards a gas station to get fuel or to get some rest for the night, also to do a 10-hour reset to pull out to drive this morning about 1 o'clock. So when I pulled out, I was only 50 miles from the station. So it took me 2 hours to go around Pennsylvania mountains off of 77, 76 areas, down some back roads, little tight little roads all the way around. And they're all truck routes. You can get the trucks in and out of them. But lo and behold, about halfway down the detour route that I took, there was a detour. They had closed the road completely off, tore it up, ended up sending me another half hour. So it took me approximately 2.5 hours to go 50 miles, which should have been about a 50-mile trip. It's just crazy out here on the roads. You don't ever know what you're going to run into. You don't know where you're going to end up. For instance, the company I was supposed to be picking up at is in a little downtown area. And when I say little, they've got cars parked on the side of the roads, and it turns it into a 1.5 lane road. So, you know, you got a 10-foot wide tractor trailer and a little over 8 foot trying to go down these roads with cars. You don't have a lot of room. And the navigation goes out about 2 blocks from where I'm supposed to turn, and I end up going about 4 miles down because I couldn't turn around to come back. Secondary navigation kept trying to send me down these roads, and they got no truck signs. Couldn't make the turns anyways, because I can't turn off of the road that I'm on. There's no room to turn this big rig around, and they were all dead end roads, but it kept trying to send me down, turn me around. Well, eventually when I did get turned around and got back to where I was going, yeah, they were some tight turns there. I almost nailed one of the walls. I had about 2 inches left on the front of the truck from hitting a fence, and I had about 2 inches off the trailer from rolling her over onto rolling her up onto a concrete. They decided to put a concrete barrier there because they got tired of trucks gouging out the road, so they decided to put a concrete barrier there on me and keep all the trucks from gouging out the side of the road. Needless to say, I got fortunate that when I dropped my first load, I decided to slide my tandems all the way forward, which helped me out because I had no idea I was going to be going down these Pennsylvania roads, and these Pennsylvania roads are tight. They love these tight roads, and you don't miss a turn. If you do, you're going to pay for it. It's going to cost you some miles and some money. So needless to say, it took me quite a while to get turned around and get back and get to where I'm at now, which is in Greer. Again, T-called my load here, brought it here, can't run it to Alabama, which is where I was headed to. Like I said, I got about an hour and a half from here, run out of fuel. I had to stop real quick, get fuel. When I jumped out the truck, I heard air leaks. And needless to say, this is where I'm sitting at now, is in Greer. It's Saturday. I got here about 2:30. The shop closed at 3, said they couldn't help me out. So I'm sitting here till Sunday morning about 7 o'clock. And they don't know if they can get the truck fixed. They got to look it over. And on top of it, there's some other issues that came up that when I was in West Virginia terminal, they just don't listen. The guy had a little attitude, so needless to say, I had to bring the truck here and get her checked out the rest of the way. Unfortunately, this happens in the trucking industry with this truck. I found out from some paperwork, it looks like it's been wrecked a little bit. They had to do some repairs and stuff. And the other trucks that I had drove in the past, just electrical issues, being new trucks and stuff like that. We just see what goes from there. All right, well, I'll try and update you guys some further down the road. Y'all be safe out there and watch out for us big trucks. Love you guys. Later.